Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And right away, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Childress escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Taylor, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. James. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's James throwing on first down. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. This defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Off the option, here's Henry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. On now is the Titans punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They're going to try and throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. He can't get him down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Running from the gun with Henry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
James now on 3rd down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And his kick is indeed good. And they're on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Off the play fake, Childress. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for Indy. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Evan McPherson sets a kickoff.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. James from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. McPherson now for the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Colts 21, Titans 3. Evan McPherson sets the kickoff.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Running left, Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
On 1st down, Childress. And going right back to Pittman. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They go play action here on 1st down. Hits his target to tight end Mo Alley-Cox. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Watch 36 to Mike.
Off play action, Childress. This is the tight end, Njoku. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Back to throw again. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Let him know. Back in 60.
To throw is James. Off the play fake. He's going to launch it for Washington. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Childress. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So, CD, you talk about this football team, and some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it when.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Childress. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Looking to throw. Childress. The toss here completed to Pittman. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll make it 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. James. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman as the first half is winding down. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw. James. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. McPherson's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Off the play fake, Childress. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And some room to work. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Childress. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. McPherson's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, The way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you... Can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go, defense.
Off play action. James. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
That's our ball, baby. Going the other way.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
If they have 3 tight ends in that formation, that's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant.
Looking to throw. Childress. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. So that'll back them up 5. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
2nd and 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now James on 1st and 10. Complete to Washington. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the second and 6 at the 47-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's James to throw on second down. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a handoff to Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. To the right side, this is Taylor. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Pulled in at the 24. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Pete Werner. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
On third down, here's Taylor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Off the option, here's Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On the handoff, Taylor. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.